The sky turned blood red. Smoke choked the air, making it difficult to breathe. The once clear blue sky was now a canvas of chaos painted with hues of orange and red. It was January 7, 2025, and Los Angeles was ablaze. The city, known for its glitz and glamour, was now a scene of utter devastation. A firestorm of unimaginable ferocity ripped through the city, leaving a trail of devastation in its wake. The flames moved with a terrifying speed, consuming everything in their path. The roar of flames devoured everything in its path. Homes turned to ash and memories were reduced to cinders. The fire showed no mercy. Dreams vanished in the smoke. Families watched helplessly as their lives were engulfed by the inferno. Los Angeles, the city of angels, was now an inferno. Panic gripped the city as the fire spread uncontrollably. The once bustling streets were now deserted, filled only with the echoes of fear. Sirens wailed as firefighters raced towards the inferno. Their bravery was unmatched, but the fire's fury was relentless. Residents fled their homes carrying only what they could grab. The sense of urgency was palpable as they sought safety from the encroaching flames. The highways became choked with desperate evacuees. Cars moved at a snail's pace, each one filled with anxious faces and hurriedly packed belongings. The fire, fueled by strong winds and dry brush, spread with terrifying speed. It seemed unstoppable, a force of nature that defied human intervention. It jumped freeways and consumed entire neighborhoods. The fire's reach was vast and its destruction was absolute. The world watched in horror as news channels broadcast images of the disaster. The scale of the destruction was hard to comprehend, even from afar. The scale of the fire was unprecedented. It was a disaster of epic proportions, one that would be remembered for generations. It was a stark reminder of the power of nature's fury, and the fragility of human life. The fire's wrath was a humbling experience for all who witnessed it. As the sun set on that fateful day, Los Angeles was shrouded in an eerie orange glow. The city, once vibrant and full of life, was now a haunting silhouette against the smoky sky. The city of dreams was facing its worst nightmare. The resilience of its people would be tested like never before. Dawn revealed the true extent of the disaster. As the first light of day broke over the horizon, the scale of the devastation became heartbreakingly clear. The Los Angeles fire of 2025, as it would be known, had scorched over 50,000 acres. The once lush and vibrant forests were reduced to smoldering ashes, a stark reminder of nature's fury. It had destroyed thousands of homes and businesses. Entire neighborhoods were wiped out, leaving behind only charred remnants of what used to be thriving communities. The financial cost was estimated to be in the billions. The economic heart of the city was crippled, with countless businesses facing an uncertain future, but the human cost was immeasurable. The community came together to mourn the loss of friends, family, and neighbors. Each life lost a tragic story of its own. Over 100 lives were lost in the inferno. Families were torn apart, their lives forever changed by the relentless flames. Many more suffered injuries and lost everything they owned. The physical and emotional scars would take years, if not decades, to heal. The fire had left an indelible scar on the city and its people. The landscape was forever altered, a constant reminder of the disaster. Hospitals overflowed with injured residents, suffering from burns and smoke inhalation. Medical staff worked tirelessly, often around the clock, to treat the influx of patients. Emergency shelters struggled to accommodate the 1,000 left homeless. Families huddled together in makeshift beds, uncertain of what the future held. The air quality reached hazardous levels. The thick, choking smoke made it difficult to breathe, forcing residents to wear masks even indoors. The smell of smoke permeated the city, a constant reminder of the tragedy. It lingered in the air, inescapable and oppressive. The economic impact was immediate and severe. Businesses were closed indefinitely, their futures uncertain as the city struggled to recover. Tourism, a vital part of the Los Angeles economy, came to a standstill. The once bustling attractions were now eerily silent, devoid of visitors. The investigation into the fire's cause began immediately. Authorities worked tirelessly to determine what sparked the inferno. Several possibilities emerged. Some pointed to downed power lines, frayed by the strong Santa Ana winds. Others suspected arson, a deliberate act of malice. The use of illegal fireworks during the Labor Day weekend was also scrutinized. The dry conditions created a tinderbox ready to ignite at the slightest spark. The investigation was complex and emotionally charged. Everyone wanted answers. They wanted someone to hold accountable. However, despite the exhaustive investigation, no definitive cause was ever determined. The fire, it seemed, was a perfect storm of unfortunate circumstances, a tragic convergence of human error, negligence, and the unpredictable forces of nature. Amidst the devastation, stories of courage and resilience emerged. Firefighters working tirelessly in unbearable conditions risked their lives to save others. They battled the blaze for days with little rest and facing constant danger. Their bravery saved countless lives and homes. Residents also displayed remarkable courage. Neighbors helped neighbors escape the flames. Strangers risked their own safety to rescue those trapped in their burning homes. Acts of kindness, large and small, offered a glimmer of hope in the face of tragedy. One story that captured the hearts of many was that of a young nurse. She stayed behind at the local hospital even as the fire approached. She continued to tend to the injured and frightened patients, putting their needs before her own. Her selfless act of heroism saved countless lives. Rising from the ashes, the long road back. In the wake of the fire, the long and arduous process of rebuilding began. Aid poured in from across the country and around the world. Donations, both financial and material, provided much-needed support for the displaced and devastated communities. The spirit of Los Angeles shone through as residents came together to support one another. Volunteers flocked to help with cleanup efforts, offering food, water, and shelter to those in need. The city, though wounded, was determined to rebuild. The process was slow and painful. The emotional toll on survivors was immense. Many struggled to cope with the loss of their homes, possessions, and loved ones. Mental health services became crucial in helping people process the trauma and begin to heal. Years later, the scars of the Los Angeles fire of 2025 are still visible. While much of the city has been rebuilt, some areas remain eerily empty. Burned-out shells of buildings serve as stark reminders of the inferno. The fire had a profound impact on the environment. The loss of vegetation led to soil erosion and increased flood risk. The air quality, though improved, still suffered from occasional spikes in pollution. The fire also forced a reckoning with the realities of climate change. The increased frequency and intensity of wildfires were a direct consequence of the warming planet. The Los Angeles fire of 2025 served as a wake-up call. It highlighted the urgent need for action to address climate change and its devastating consequences. The Los Angeles fire of 2025 taught the city and the world many difficult lessons. It underscored the importance of disaster preparedness, both on an individual and community level. The need for better forest management practices and stricter building codes became evident. The fire also highlighted the crucial role of building codes became evident. The fire also highlighted the crucial role of early warning systems and effective evacuation plans. The city implemented new measures to mitigate the risk of future fires. These included stricter regulations on fireworks, increased funding for fire prevention programs, and improved coordination among different agencies. Public awareness campaigns were launched to educate residents about fire safety and the importance of being prepared. The lessons learned from the fire were not just local, but global. Cities around the world took notice, reassessing their own vulnerabilities and implementing measures to prevent similar tragedies. Out of the ashes, Los Angeles emerged stronger, more resilient. The fire, while devastating, had also revealed the city's indomitable spirit. The rebuilding process fostered a renewed sense of community and a shared determination to create a safer and more sustainable future. New parks and green spaces were created not just to beautify the city, but also to act as fire breaks. The city invested heavily in renewable energy and sustainable infrastructure, recognizing the urgent need to combat climate change. The Los Angeles fire of 2025, though a tragedy, became a catalyst for positive change. It forced the city to confront its vulnerabilities and embrace innovative solutions. It showed the world that even in the face of unimaginable devastation, hope and resilience can prevail. The Los Angeles fire of 2025 will forever be etched in the city's memory. It was a catastrophe that tested the limits of human endurance and the strength of community bonds. It serves as a solemn reminder of the power of nature and the importance of human connection. The fire ravaged homes, destroyed wildlife habitats, and left an indelible mark on the landscape. Memorials were erected to honor the victims and the heroes. These sites became places of reflection where people could come to pay their respects and find solace in shared grief. The fire became a part of the city's narrative, a testament to its enduring spirit. The rebuilding efforts showcased the resilience and determination of the residents who refused to let the fire define their future. It is a story of loss and grief, but also of courage, compassion, and the unwavering belief in the power of rebuilding. Firefighters and volunteers worked tirelessly, risking their lives to save others and provide relief to those affected. The fire may have scorched the earth, but it could not extinguish the spirit of Los Angeles. New growth began to emerge from the ashes, symbolizing hope and renewal. It remains a city of dreams, forever marked by the fire, but also forever inspired by the resilience of its people. Inspirational murals and community projects sprang up celebrating the city's ability to rise from the ashes. The Los Angeles fire of 2025 is a story that needs to be told and retold, not just to remember the past, but to inspire a safer and more resilient future. Fire safety education became a priority, ensuring that future generations would be better prepared. Press the subscribe button for more engaging posts.